It's finally time, my friends, for TSM to face Burger Boys. It took a long time to start, but here we are. TSM, who is looking incredible, my friends, Nanners. Oh, they're playing double duelists, man. It's been a while since I see Jet and Rain on the same thing here. Like it.
TSM, and it's already retro.
Oh, gee.
Just that. With the first blood, at least there's a response from Sim and the rest of.
So I was saying, TSM, man, they are looking good, bro.
Positions as Nanners, well, he's clearly a threat on the mid side. TSM.
Well, I actually remember Nanners playing right now.
Ready to deal with this as soon as the squatter goes away, and Nanners just tries to advance through it. TSM a lot rides on Sim, GMD, and 7.
Page in Harbor, man. Oh my god, it was jumping there, bro. Oh, it's all falling apart for TSM.
And TSM stagger in, not able to do much else but recoil with 2. And 7 keeps it close. 1v1 between the two.
You're loving time, dude.
That gets the thrifty for Burger Boys. Important match there. Burger Boys not really respecting the cascade, and TSM up close and personal. The same 4v4 exchange that we have in the early round. Hunter's Fury versus Thrash. And it's a Hunter's Fury that is clearing out TSM. Gets 7 low as well. He's decaying because of the Viper. So Burger Boys really holding their ground against the team that is so threatening. I like GMD's position. He only gets 1 for the road. Actually 2. But a third one around the corner that he'll get to call out the rest of TSM.
Yeah, and because he had to cancel. Oh, no, he has it back. Nice shot by recoil, though.
Thrash gets away. Retro's position unknown. We'll get a surprise on recoil shot so fast, though. And now recoil repositions. Right, and there's an op that Burger Boys are already aware of in Sim's hand. Having this high ground position, being able to see over the Viper's wall is huge. Viper's wall comes down. Burger Boys
okay. Oh, GMD, I didn't even see that.
Wait, it has to be a fight here and now as the time dwindles. The wall is up. You try to get the spike halfway. Here's the chance to win this round. It's 2 versus 2. Avora versus Nanners with no time to defuse.
7-2 TSM, my friends, looking good. Man, today
it's definitely a difficult.
We had Kibert playing with 3 ducks on chat against my friends. Knights was on the smoke playing Omen.
Not a lot of teams have.
Check that out, my friends. Check that out.
If not, they're the only team that runs.
It was a big game against YFP, fighting for playoffs.
And VCTs. So you're just trying to think on the fly, and it's not working out too well for you. So hopefully, Lotus could be a better answer.
I like that 7 circles the Thrash back so he can pick it back up, using it as a scouting tool. Hunter's Fury has caused TSM to scatter a bit.
Okay, and the Viper has the pet.
The reckoning from GMD, a lot being invested from TSM, and still 4 alive for Burger Boys. Now a Thrash round 2. Now you've caught Retro. Not detained, but you know where he is. Recoil hunts him down. So many tools for TSM to find where
he was blind.
And it gets close. Like a lot of these rounds are down to
1-2.
And just trying to gamble and fight head to head.
There's the flood in from TSM. And
okay, it's all falling apart.
Backline, Burger Boys stand tall. The wing.
Man, Burger Boys, they need 4 rounds here.
It's on the high ground. Tough for TSM to recover.
In trouble.
I guess not that difficult.
Gotta clutch this, man.
Just TSM. So united as a team. The Cove comes up, and Nanners has to circle around like a shark.
They in trouble.
They use all their utils to try to go for a full defuse. It's about to happen. If they could make it.
Okay.
Wow, the high tide just kind
of Burger Boys gotta win the pistol, man. Where's the G?
They are really comfortable.
Look at Sim, man.
That's 3 with the Sheriff from Sim. The spike is getting halfway. TSM are getting shot from places they don't even know where it's going.
This is over, bro. No chance for Burger Boys.
Now the 2-1-2 split for TSM.
That's nice, bro. Look at Sim, man.
Anybody else?
Keeps going.
The Sheriff.
Yeah.
Hands for
oh, dangerous, 3v3.
Snuff out.
You overheat there, but
Burger Boys.
We all do that, bro.
More ahead of them. So now the 6.
Oh, Alvin, man.
Which side Burger Boys really want? And Alvin.
Good shots, man.
Fantastic job with the Sheriff.
Yo, play only with the Sheriff, boys.
Burger Boys.
Damn,
bro.
What is this?
What can Sim do? He's got the
that's nice,
with him. He's got knives in the forehead of Bonnie.
Man, I think Sim is pretty good, bro.
Plan before it's been thrown in the bin by TSM, just walking through.
But he's a player that needs confidence to play, you know, like his play style is so aggressive.
Burger Boys are left picking up the pieces.
And that's what we're talking about. Not only the
And in that tournament that he played for EG, man,
but the early wall towards A side. So
he wasn't feeling.
Denied so much vision and.
But the kid is still a kid, you know what I mean, man?
That you're forced to now.
People judge a lot
right
because of that performance, but man.
And now they could kind of like stronghold still.
The problem with Valorant, bro, is that there is so few opportunities for players. And a lot of times when they have it,
in that spot,
they are too young, or they are in a team that is not good, doesn't have the structure. So they have one chance, and maybe that's the only chance they will ever get, man.
Given that space,
it's not like CS where you have
no recon for Burger Boys.
trillions tournaments, you know.
Plant.
You can play every week. If you fuck it up, you can come back.
Sim lurks
In Valorant, it feels like, man,
moment. And now it's a
you have one chance. If you miss it,
he wants to be uninvited.
might be GG for your career, man. And I hate that, bro. I hate that.
Retro wins that. It's
It seems to understand with his composition on this map.
Right, the Leers lead the charge for Burger Boys to try and deny what seems like the inevitable, and it's a huge double kill that sets TSM behind, and 7 can't seem to match it. They can't seem to snuff out Nanners, and we needed him to show up. Now with the Empress available, you got TSM.
Like I always say, man, it's good for them to get some rounds, to get some confidence for next map.
You know what's about to happen.
But they come back here, I just don't believe it.
4 versus 1. Okay, there we go.
Hands of Retro lurk in middle.
Okay, early fight.
Burger Boys can
Bro, everybody's here.
work out for them as Anner's Leer, and he needs to be confident, and TSM just kicks the team into the dirt.
Okay, TSM is getting punished. But Jofar is still here?
For this middle of A, TSM really think that they
never
could
saw
just
Vora,
outshoot
though.
them.
Oh my god,
And now Vora, yeah, could just backstab them.
Ah, he dies, bro. Yo, Bonnie, get to your rights,
Now
man.
we hear the ace chants off into the distance to recoil the next victim.
Get that.
Ace, ace, ace.
Keep going. I'm just the crowd.
Yeah, free ASMR crowd for y'all. I'm sorry for speaking that.
Yo, but Loki, there's
All right, Bonnie, go do the thing.
ASMR. I hate that shit, bro. Loki, I don't know how people like it.
Dude, what you gotta
I listen to that, bro. It drives me insane. I hate it. I can't listen to that.
Lockdown from Burger Boys just to get them set up, but Sim also has like a corner at the back that he can work with, and he could get detained, and he does at the last second. He's in a safe position, and this could bait Burger Boys into wanting to go hunt that down. Instead, they'll play off the pit. Here's the Thrash to try and find that Viper and to shut down that pit, and a defensive lockdown, well, to push the Viper out of
Did you rotate?
There is a wealth of
There's no way.
but still no kills somehow.
This is over. This is over.
Here is Sim. He's let loose. He is
He's alive.
Where Burger Boys are hiding from, and the den.
And that's it, my friends.
Detained
And
too.
TSM are gonna defuse.
Ah, yo, what a way to close it out.
He has his
GG.
inside. Disgusting.
Like I said, what do you want when you're gonna try to play a pit inside all of that? A reckoning, a lockdown, a thrash. There was no choice there for Retro to stay inside that pit.
Maybe a rule change between Alvin and Nanners. They've gone back and forth on who does Zais and who does Omen. Either way, let's just look at how TSM are going to roll out on this. Just slipping by the defenses, literally. And even having the back of Sim as he enters. And Burger Boys try to cut off the rotations as TSM follow through. And it's not been an easy road for TSM. If anything, there may not even be a destination. It's 7 in a 1 versus 3. 1 down, 2 more to go. And it's Burger Boys with the pistol.
With the util, which is why here Vora is using his salvos at the very beginning, which is nice.
Okay, well, I think the Open managed to get through with the neon, but because of the smoke, it made things really tricky for TSM to know that wall was there to cross together, and TSM are going to fumble over their laces, although they were just going to be at a disadvantage through the weapons, but at least now TSM can go forward knowing where that Vice wall is and what they're going to do to set up Sim for success after that.
Yeah, they should have. I mean, I was just saying the oh no because Retro should have died. It's like,
well, TSM are not going to want to mess with that Vice wall, so they'll just play off their neon wall to try and pressure into tree. And even with the boom or the drone that was activated, Burger Boys are just not scared. They face the danger head on, have the spike being dropped. The Burger Boys have to open the door to see what's on the other side of the paranoia. Triple kill from GMD. Only W's to try and turn this whole round in TSM's favor.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, dude, but he planted the worst spot.
Oh, tough.
But they still have Armageddon to open up C. So the only difference this time around, though, is that Alvin changed his setup a bit, so he has another Razorvine at a different spot. So Sim might not be able to move up as quickly or freely as he wants to, and it delays enough here to allow for the retake for Burger Boys to already be in good position.
Rolling Thunder ready for Retro. They're all lined up for it. You got Practo on the off angle and Waterfall. He's unsmoked. Burger Boys traverse. GMD cuts off one, but Bonnie's already done the damage. Retro's there with the follow-up. It's pretty even trades. You got a Steel Guard from Recoil to put TSM back in the driver's seat. Keep Nanners on the side. Now he emerges through Waterfall, and it's TSM that protect the spike.
A small shield by from GD. I missed it, but from that distance, that was a nice shot from Alvin.
All right, can we see a nice overdrive from Sim?
No, we're not.
And just gets shotgun in the back. Okay, TS7 makes up for it. But now this pesky Bonnie is behind TSM as they walk in.
Of Burger Boys, and we one-templed once again from TSM and just fell. We fell apart.
Okay, yeah, Nanner's really committed to that teleport. Past the neon wall. At least it's 1-for-1, and Bonnie has to be a star that shines, but TSM as a team are just different, especially Boar with 5 HP. Pulls out the 3K, leaving Alvin. Ooh, who expects Recoil to be there when the spike and all the actions at A? Allow this neon to make the space. He's trying to challenge it, has not worked out. Now there's an Armageddon from Practo. And TSM are in a lot of trouble having to step up and step past it. And with this door open, Bonnie gets a curveball in him. And TSM in a 2 versus 2 have to regroup.
Just booking it towards the C site. Right now, Bonnie only has a Guardian. Definitely Sim is going to beat them to the race and get the plant down, but they could maybe plant and flip the map into spawn. No, instead you're playing delay. I think Recoil, they're just going to play their ones. So he's going to delay with Razorvines. He's going to play watching flank, and then you're going to have Sim. If there's nobody pushing in through Waterfall, he's probably going to get a late lurk or trying to crossfire back towards the end here from Waterfall in Bend.
Bonnie's trying to bait them to take the 1v1. And, oh, what a turn and burn on Sim. Bonnie with something else on Icebox. Now needs a team to really step up with him too. Last 1v1. Clutched there by Recoil. Take this slowly as they can. Now droning up. And now Burger Boys are not afraid to just spam through smokes and just press back against TSM. Steel Garden from Recoil or no?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's doing something over at B. We'll go and check on him, and he's just a one-man army, I guess.
And forced the hand too, peeking out, and Burger Boys didn't swing together, even though they were just on pistols. There was an opportunity there, and now you have Recoil able to cut rotates while the rest are planning. And after the plant, 7 even has Rolling Thunder to guarantee the round.
One enemy remaining. That's 3.
And hello.
His Recoil is out for prey. He's just going wherever he wants, not knowing TSM are still set up for the fight again. What a flash! It's all of Burger Boys. And TSM ready to execute. Still one left to go, and it's Practo. 7's injured. Practo now has the spike and 2 flanking behind, and that's just teamwork for you. At least with the full team push on the right side, Burger Boys push through into C, take advantage of what they think is a weaker site, and dealing with a Recoil even while Flash is really impressive from Alvin.
Yeah, nice little turn away from that one. But you could definitely overdrive. You're probably going to wait for the fault line to come back up here from 7, so you could double initiate or util and fled back in.
Here we go. We're good.
Right, overdrive. Sim gets caught in his own fault line and flashed and killed is not how they expected that to go. Burger Boys, well, they just hold the line and are just swinging so well in and out of cover. Now Boar and GMD are out in the open.
Nice.
They just get killed through the wall and the paint shell too. Yeah, Burger Boys having an unsmoked B is a good call to get in. try to get out in the end. Sim, it's gonna cause some problems. Oh, Paranoia, that hits him perfectly. Once again, the U-tilt to suppress his duelist is so good. But Sim still lives, and that means he gets a kill in the end. But it's the duelist to watch is Bonnie. GMD tries to hold it down as best as he can within the site. Now has to be out of it. Armageddon from Practo. Try and catch TSM. And now the retake ensues, and it's just a recoil with the Sheriff. Such a back and forth. The high-low will end in. Burger Boys find themselves back in the lead. And that 3v5 is incredible from Burger Boys. And always being aware that Sim loves to fight over in rubble. Even without the neon wall, Burger Boys just that much quicker to the trigger. This gives a lot of free reign for Bonnie. Satchel into the site. TSM want to cut off through the staircase. The Burger Boys are covering all their bases while leaving someone on flank watch too. So TSM are smoked off and have to find a way to wrap around.
So hard for them to retake. Unless they get 2 instant kills. Okay, now you're rolling thunder in. You're going for it.
That was even without flashes or fault lines up until now. They're rolling thunder from the offense, rolling thunder from the defense. Seconds in, 7 killed on impact. And a man advantage for Burger Boys, stepping away into tree to protect the spike. And TSM can't hold a candle to this team now.
Just walked across, waltzed over, and those 2 staying alive inside tree was super important here to allow Burger Boys to capitalize on that round. So now at least he has Steel Garden on the side of the C site to play retake. And Sim's doing whatever he can.
Man, Burger Boys are getting so good at muting Sim. He's still getting away with kills, and 7 is always the one that can even up the playing field for TSM. When Burger Boys always are getting these first bloods. Albora's in this corner, swings out, gets the edge against Nanners. And it's Retro solo, at least with the spike, that has to explore somewhere else.
You're gonna see Vora start droning here, so he's gonna check towards B main because they already have the wall on C. So now you can just focus on A side, B side. Probably at 50-second mark, I wouldn't be surprised of some sort of drone. If not, want to use it for the retake. Nonetheless, though, Sim definitely looks like he's overheating a lot of times, but he's at least getting his one for it to create that space for the rest of TSM to try to trade with. The only thing that's difficult, unfortunately, is that Burger Boys are definitely shooting back. I know that flash gives all the information that's needed there for TSM. You break open that wall. Now, if you want to guarantee the round, you could even go for the Steel Garden to retake onto the site. Once the plant goes down.
Yeah, surely they know Retro's at taking damage. 51 and a dream. Immediate fault line. The sense of someone in waterfall. A better sense out of Vora at the end as TSM not letting Burger Boys scoreline get too out of hand. Now it's pretty free for Bonnie to not be as hindered on their way in. I got the Steel Garden from Alvin. TSM escape out of range. And then you got this flank from TSM that gets cooked up every once in a while. And it's on its way from spawn. Something Retro has to keep in check. As soon as this door opens. And he tries to almost get the chance to win the 1v1 against Sim. But now he's got backup. And Burger Boys have to stop the flood. And it's Retro that keeps this close. 1 versus 2. How many times has he been the lone wolf? But now he looks on the outside in with Vora and Recoil. The newest additions of TSM. Just gatekeep and girl boss the spike away from Retro.
That's a tough part. They have spike control. The flash is not going to do much. First contact should be Vora.
First corner checked. Don't know if they could swing out of the left box. And a quick flick. Not quick enough for Retro. TSM are scattering away from the Armageddon and now regroup coming through baby door, smoked off. It's going to make things tricky to support Sim, especially now that he's paranoid and has to escape away from the Steel Garden and all the bombs being thrown from Burger Boys. Now the paranoia, the retake from TSM, the overdrive. Sim is let loose and put to bed. As TSM at least flood in to finish off what he started.
You could break the util with the satchels. You could break it with the paint shells. Is Fake walking through?
The boys have been able to, okay, recoil has his knife out. So for the whole squad did not expect that. That is an unfortunate first blood for TSM, but fortunate for Burger Boys in setting themselves up to go to match point. Now the fault line, 7 dodges that. Spike still hasn't been planted, so this is a rolling thunder moment for 7 and TSM. They flood in and are able to take it one step at a time with the neon wall cutting off the site in half. And 7 just crosses the road, doesn't look both ways, walks into the crossfire of Burger Boys, and they get up to match point. The better it is for TSM, they can start pinching Burger Boys from both sides.
And here's the conditioning. Sorry, I'm gonna hold that thought. We're fighting towards the main.
There's so much fighting. They're all dead. All right, your turn, Dan.
Sorry about that, Levin. I was just about to say the conditioning was perfect on the side of Burger Boys. That forced recoil to use both of his razor vines into the C site with that one smoke from Nanners. And then after that, you could still rolling thunder into a C site. But TSM decided to push forward, and it was weighted by Burger Boys the whole time. Because of that one smoke and his C towards the spawn, they forced them towards him.
Wow. Fractor had what, like a 3 or 4K there. Now it's up to 4 to help TSM force an overtime, and against Bonnie and Retro, incredible. Wait a minute, Bonnie satchels by and shoots him through the crack of the, or just through the wall. That is insane. Dude, Burger Boys take map 2.
It just had to come down to Bonnie with a wallbang kill onto that one against Vora.
Burger Boys still get it done. Now TSM started to surround them. While Burger Boys at least don't have a flank to worry about, but do have this tree push to do so. TSM flood in, and this is the scrappiness that Burger Boys can really thrive into. 1v1, recoil versus Bonnie, and a right click as recoil jumps down. Burger Boys with the pistol.
TSM able to build the economy, and Burger Boys are about to walk into a net KO salvo again.
Yeah, salvos. Okay, Bonnie's trying to jump up and above, and it's still a double kill with the salvos.
That's the wall.
And the spike is down, and Burger Boys, I can respect trying to fight fire with fire and responding when they can. And Bonnie still knows Vora is there, and Burger Boys bulldoze their way into B. Done a huge dent into TSM. GMD will be teleporting over to assist, not into the B closet, but rather on the flank. And Nanners has an important job to dislodge that, wins that 1v1. And recoil, the lone wolf yet again in a 1 versus 3, meaning Burger Boys could be taking this round on this recoil. Pulls a rabbit out of the hat.
In this case, he has a window. His Nanners is late on a rotate.
It is possible. Quick flick onto the second. Heard the one from behind. Recoil tries to isolate.
Oh my god.
That was so close.
You're gonna walk into a trap potentially.
Bonnie gets spotted, and TSM gets him down. Even when Bonnie had the shotgun, the salvos too are catching Burger Boys at the heel. The Armageddon forces Burger Boys to fight whether they're ready or not. Through the opportunity for TSM, and it's sealed. Oh, shove Burger Boys into a locker.
So TSM's been kind of cooking on how they want to leverage vice walls, grab nets, and salvos to really trap play every single type of defensive round that they're playing. It's not necessarily. Oh, we're gonna hold that thought. Actually, Retro just got an opening.
Oh, clone didn't get shot. GMD is better. Oh, we just came through tree. That goes unchecked. No support for GMD, especially now that recoil's down. Just a free plan, a really tough retake that TSM have ahead of them. And Sim has to play fast through tree and to try and surprise Burger Boys and give TSM some options. Wait a minute, Alvin could be sneaking up from behind TSM. So it's all about timing of who's gonna build up. And if Alvin can get into a backstab position, no, TSM is gonna beat him to the punch. And Sim wins his 1v1 before going down, and Vora takes over in the stab from behind.
You could still throw this towards the main along the razor vines. Oh, that timing.
Oh. Should be a kill there for Vora. Recoil wins his one. Oh, everything is lining up nice for TSM.
Wait, ulted for B plant.
12 seconds.
10
Yeah,
seconds left.
okay. All up to you, Nanners, on the opposite side of the world. And Retro won't be able to get sightlines for a cutoff against the TSM rotation.
Gotta go quick. They have Armageddon to work with to go in the back of the B site. They also need GMD to move in as fast as possible. You need that smoke towards B main.
Blocking sight.
It's not knowing where Retro is. He saw GMD kind of looking behind him. There's the Armageddon this time from Vora. Kind of really dislodging safe positions from Burger Boys, but it's TSM that are in danger. What a double kill for Retro.
This is
Better
nothing.
late than never. And now just no time to defuse Burger Boys. That was clean.
TSM has to thin out their defense and are scrambling a little bit here. Unless their shots are landing this time around, Burger Boys should be able to group up and have good control here of this map.
You just never know what Bonnie's going to be up to, too. They could be wrapping around spawn or cutting off
30
people
seconds
rotating
left.
from B. So it all seems like a big ruse for Burger Boys. And how they were just pressuring Tree and have only lost one person. And now they're back in the lead. A huge flood in by Burger Boys, evicting everyone from B. 13 seconds left to plant. And Bonnie's going to catch TSM before they even try to get into market. Okay, I thought Bonnie would have been able to win that. 1 HP, by the way.
Yeah, upgrades into a Phantom and hopefully we'll be able to save it. It's just playing their own game and TSM are just not reading into it. And now it's just Burger Boys full committing into a B-side hit.
Oh boy.
Spike down.
It's
B.
just an all-out war, and Burger Boys come out on top with still the spike in hand. Still an even exchange, but can they race into the site before TSM cut them off? And there's a gap in the cage, but it's still enough to cover the Burger Boys trail into the site, and Vora could have almost backstabbed them.
Spike planted.
At least they went for a shark attack and they got some mid control. A 2v2 with the young guns of Vora Recoil, there might be a chance to salvage at least the last round of this half.
Vora and Recoil working together. And both Burger Boys looking to the right side, both swinging
One
to the
enemy
left. One last 1v1, and this time Recoil gets to win it to give TSM a 4-8 half. No SRB in playoffs. Burger Boys in playoffs. TSM having to go to the last round, maybe, and it starts out well for Burger Boys. Retro not only clutches the last round, but gets the spike down, gets a 2-for-1.
Player standing.
Wait a minute, it's just so scrappy.
You heard the dash.
Just that multi-kill gives Burger Boys the upper hand. 51 HP and the better timing. Quicker for Bonnie. Burger Boys are watching market like a hawk. And surprisingly, Alvin takes an L. There is a barrel, so Bonnie... Oh, the kind of an awkward timing there. Couldn't get the cutoff he wanted. Now TSM are poised to pressure these defenders. And Burger Boys hold the line. This is next level. The gunfights, that's all TSM had to do was win it. And Burger Boys are different. What they're able to do and who's better on the day.
Yeah. It'll be our second unsigned team qualifying because I don't think Ambrosia is a signed team either. So this shows that this season of challengers is quite close. Now a Hail Mary denied by Retro.
Man, TSM are forced to walk through these smokes and
Oh,
they're
we're
just
not
getting
clearing corners.
absolutely cooked.
Remaining.
It's just over. It was over in the minds of TSM. And playoffs bound is Burger Boys. Absolutely cooking TSM in the end. The comeback after being decimated on map 1. Insane stuff out of the Burger Boys.